Hi everyone, Attorney Rachel Kelley here with another Family Law Friday. This week I want to talk about times you definitely should not get divorced without involving a lawyer. So I want to preface this to say that I totally understand that you 100% can get divorced without involving a lawyer. Obviously, since I am a divorce lawyer, I don't think anyone ever should get divorced without at least having an attorney look over their final agreement before they sign it. But setting that aside, there are some circumstances where you absolutely should never get divorced without speaking to a lawyer. And even if you think that you and your ex have agreed to everything, that you're on board with each other, that you know exactly what you want, you really should make sure an attorney has advised you on your agreement and has reviewed the final documents before you sign on the dotted line. So some of those situations to me, when there's a huge income disparity between you and your ex. Doesn't matter if you're the one with the little income or the big income. Either way, you should be having an attorney look over your documents before you sign anything. The next is when parents want to waive child support. If you want to waive child support between the two of you, in most circumstances you can, but there's a lot of specifics about what a friend of court needs to find to be willing to agree to a waiver, or ways you need to opt out of the friend of court. And then you also need to understand what that means for you moving forward. So I would always recommend, if you want to waive child support, you talk to an attorney before you sign on the bottom line. If you have a child that is refusing contact with one of the parents, that is definitely a situation where you're going to want to have an attorney involved before you make an agreement. If one parent is planning to move out of state or already has moved out of state, and you're getting divorced or you're doing a custody order for the first time, definitely should involve an attorney. If you brought substantial assets into your marriage, such as if you owned the home or if you had a really large retirement account balance before you were married, that's somewhere where you definitely want to make sure you speak to an attorney. And if you and your ex are planning to divide retirement accounts in your divorce, but you're trying not to involve lawyers, you're making a mistake. Stop. Get an attorney involved, because I have seen so many crazy things happen with that in particular, where people have ended up letting thousands of dollars of their hard-earned money as a marital couple just go float to the IRS because they didn't want to spend the $2,500 to involve an attorney to do it correctly so that they could save that money and keep it in the family. So just off the top of my head, those are the situations where you absolutely should not get divorced without involving an attorney. And I hope that this video has been helpful. If you are considering divorce and you think you guys have a full agreement, but you want to have that session with an attorney to make sure that everything's going appropriately and that all the paperwork is correct, give our office a call. We're here to help. We're serving 21 counties in the state of Michigan.